So hello and welcome along. I've got Gill and Paul with me today, and we're going to be talking about the Kent Business Show that's happening on the 13th of March. For those of people who are watching and don't know, Gill, can you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yes, I am Gill Monk. I founded a company in February 2010 called All Health Matters, which is all about looking after the health of people at work. So our clients are businesses, not the general public. Having said that, we do have a private arm as well, but for the purposes of a business show, we're all about looking after the staff who work for companies.
Amazing. That sounds incredible. I can't wait to find out more. And Paul, what about yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Paul Andrews. I'm the Chief Executive of Fruit Bowl Media. We run 3 co-working spaces in Kent, in Tenterden, Canterbury and Sheerness. We're a web design agency, and I also own a radio station, and I'm the producer and presenter of the world famous Business Bunker radio show.
Is there anything else you want to do, Paul? Or
No.
Amazing. Thank you again so much for coming along. You guys are running a panel on the day.
We are.
What can people expect when they come along and listen to the panel?
I think what we're trying to explore and promote is the fact that entrepreneurs can come from all walks of life, and they can start off very small, but with the rugged determination, certainly that Paul and I have, you can make huge, wonderfully successful businesses. You can have some failures along the way, but that's part of the journey.
Absolutely. It's about learning from those failures,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You learn more from failure than success sometimes.
Yeah, we've got a panel of 4 entrepreneurs, James Gardner, Sam Stageman, Laura Bounds and Heather Kennett. And as Gill intimated, they're all from different backgrounds, different organisations, different stages in their entrepreneurial career. And basically it's a chance for the audience to hear the experiences of people that have started and built businesses. Good and bad, yeah. One of the things that can be a little bit annoying when you talk to business people is they'll tell you all their successes, but they kind of ignore their failures a little bit. But the failures sometimes are more important to know about than the successes, yeah. Because we need to understand people's business journey. So that's what we're going to be trying to explore and pull out from our entrepreneurs panel on the day is their entire back catalogue of how they got to where they got to, and warts and all.
Because we have so many, like we learn differently from failures as well. And what someone has a failure in, others will succeed in. And isn't that why shows like the Kent Business Show are so good? Because you're getting that knowledge and you're learning from those people around you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think with the mixture of the exhibitors, if you talk to the exhibitors as you go around, if you have any designs on expanding your own business or reaching into new markets, if you stand and have conversations with those people on the stands, you and let them tell you about how they got to where they are now or where they are going, because again, there are still some small companies that aren't there yet, they're still riding the wave sort of thing. You will hear some amazingly, staggeringly good stories about how they achieve what they've achieved. You'll pick up hints and tips about things that you just hadn't thought of, because I've always said you don't know what you don't know. And until you start finding those things out to widen your breadth of knowledge, because knowledge is key.
Absolutely. It never fails to amaze me as well how, on the one hand, you have lots of management stuff and wisdom about how to organise things. But when you talk to entrepreneurs, they tend to do an awful lot of things but on the fly and take risks and do things when you go, but weren't you scared about doing that? And they kind of went, yeah, I was, but I didn't really think about it at the time, and it paid off, or it didn't. Yeah. So it's about learning that, not everything's a formula. Sometimes you have to duck and dive and bob and weave and take a chance and take a risk. But it's about managing those risks. And that's one of the things we want to explore with the panel is what is their appetite for risk? How do they handle it? And, do they sleep at night?
And it's funny, isn't it? Because when you listen to stories, like you say, Jill, and really, like, when I tell our story, I feel like it's boring. I'm living it. It's just, that's just my life. But the fascination people get from it, I'm like, is it really that exciting? But it is.
It is.
Like,
Absolutely. The number of people that say to me, "You are absolutely inspiring. You should write a book." And I think, really?
it's just little old me.
You want to hear about me walking the corridors in the middle of the night saying, "Can I pay the salaries this week?" Or "Where am I going to get the VAT money from?" Or "Oh gosh, the rent's due." In those early years, because when you are growing a business, it's not a 9 to 5 job. It is 24/7. It's full on. You are still taking your laptop on the beach if you manage to get a beach holiday. And I've carted my laptop all around the world with me for years. I don't now, because I've reached that point now where through hard graft, I don't have to do that anymore. But it's been a hard graft. But I would also say to anybody, entrepreneurs out there, don't think that you have to go to university to be a good business person, because Richard Branson doesn't have a degree. I don't have a degree. Have you got a degree?
No.
You see,
I nearly got a CSE one.
well, I went to university when I was 51, believe it or not, just to give me some letters after my name to give me credibility, walking in the corridors in which I walk. But I actually found it amazingly a lot of fun. But I wouldn't have done it at 18. Couldn't bear the idea.
No, and that's the incredible thing, isn't it? Is like when you go to school, you're kind of put on this track of what do you want to be for the rest of your life. And I've done many a job role, and a varying job role of beauty therapist, to police officer, to restaurant manager, to now a business owner. Like, it's good fun.
So many people live their lives like that, and we still pretend that people don't.
No.
We still pretend that the bulk of people go to school, get an A-level, go to university, study a degree, get a job, do a career and retire. Yeah. And very few people do that. And the ones that do are damn boring.
And I like to think we're not boring.
It's certainly not boring. No.
So how can people who are coming along to the Kent Business Show on the 13th of March get the most out of their day?
They need to ask questions. Yeah, they need to think about what they want to know, and so they need to ask questions. And they can do that by either directly asking on the panel, or they can give us some, if they're nervous or whatever, they can give me the written questions, and I'll ask the panel, or Gill will ask the panel. We'll try and dig out the information you want, but kind of know what you want to know, if you see what I mean. What will help you, and don't be shy about asking for direct advice for your business. This is a chance to get free consultancy. Yeah. So if you're coming along on the day, you're just launching a business and you go, should I do this or should I do that? Ask. And you might get 4 different answers from the panel, but we'll discuss it and we'll come to a consensus, and we'll give you, as best we can, the answer that you want to take your business forward.
And the network. I mean, that one of the most valuable things you can take away from a really good show is the people that you meet and the contacts that you make, because you will meet people that you just had never thought of, you'd never heard of, that are interesting. They are perhaps offering some sort of service or a product that would very beautifully jigsaw into your own business and perhaps propel you a few feet forward that you hadn't thought of before, because you don't know what you don't know. So that walk around those stalls to talk to the people that are there exhibiting, to just widen your knowledge base, is a really big takeaway. Collect as many contacts as you can and develop those contacts, work with them, have conversations with them, LinkedIn, all sorts of socials, as well as, good old fashioned pint at the pub.
Lovely. And I'm going to ask a question that I sort of hadn't prepared you for, but what are you looking to take away from the day?
I can answer that.
You answer that?
Yeah, customers.
There you go. That's it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. From my point of view, I'm going to hear lots of information that's useful. And like anybody, although I've been in business myself for 30 years, I learn every day. I learn from other people. So I will learn from the things I hear from those people. James Gardner, for instance, who's one of the panel, he's a good friend of mine. He's given me loads of advice on stuff that I've never done before, which I found really useful. So I'll get that. But in general, for being at an event like that, I'd like to get some more paying customers. That would be lovely.
Well, of course, we want more paying customers, but also from my point of view, I want to raise awareness of the value of occupational health to a business. We are not occupational therapists. We're nothing to do with grab handles in bathrooms or how to get out in and out of bed. We're nothing to do with the NHS. We are nothing to do with uniforms and the sort of thing people think we're occupational therapists. We're nothing to do with that. We are there to protect the businesses from, dare I say, the HSE, because businesses these days are hamstrung by legislation and regulation, and a good occupational health provider can help you navigate through that, can protect you from all of that, can protect you from this blame claim society, can protect you from those events at work that might cost you dearly if an employee wants to take you to a tribunal or goodness knows what else. And I want to just raise awareness of what occupational health is and how a good occupational health provider can actually add value to your business, because it knocks your insurance premiums down.
I like the sound of that one. And that's the thing, isn't it? Is ultimately there could be a business that comes along, like you say, starting out, first time, has aspirations to grow into this enterprise, but they're not going to know how to do that if they don't come and ask those questions.
Exactly.
So we want to expand. I need to come and speak to you to say, what do I need to budget for? Yes. What am I going to be looking to spend when it comes to those moments? Yeah. And what's that going to do for me, the business, and our employers?
Absolutely. And you said when then?
Yeah.
Because not everything has to be done straight away with any business. As it grows, so you start falling into more and more legislation and requirements that are laid down by law. Well, that's not early on, but it will be down the road. So you ought to put the roots down now in prep for that.
I think Gilly's point about networking is incredibly important as well. One of the things I love most about Kent as a space, we are a small business county. But the vast majority of our businesses are small and medium-sized businesses, but we have a community here. We have a community of business people that look out for each other, that support each other, that talk to each other. If you're launching a new business, or even if you're expanding an existing business or scaling up, being involved with the rest of the business community and networking with them is crucially important.
Absolutely. It's invaluable. And it's, like you say, it's actually through some of those conversations you build friendships that you actually then end up getting free knowledge. Yeah. Because it's a conversation you just go, I don't know what to do about this lately. Yeah. And someone goes, I've experienced that. Yeah. This is what, or this is the person to speak to. Yeah. And it just grows your network.
First hand from people that know, rather than gossip or things that you might read on socials or something. You can find out facts from people that know, and that can dispel certain myths and preconceptions.
Amazing. I'm really thankful for you coming along, and I'm really excited to listen to the panel discussion. So Gill, Paul, thank you again. 13th of March, come along to the Ashford International Hotel and you can listen along to the panel discussion. 10:30, did we say?
Faversham Road.
Faversham Road at 10:30. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.